Hello. This is Els coming to you from Beamish Crafty Corner. And I made this little pumpkin during a live a while back. And somebody asked me if I would do a demo on how to create this little guy. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make this little pumpkin. And we're going to dress it up for Halloween and have it all ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and gather all the supplies together, and then I'll be right back to tell you what we're going to need to do this one, okay? Simple. You don't really need any sewing or anything like that, any sewing skills or anything like that for this one. So I'll be right back with a list of supplies and possible supplies, and then we'll get started. Okay, so what are we going to need to do this? Well, you're absolutely going to need a hot glue gun. Turning it on. Some fall foliage would be helpful. I have these cute little witch hat picks that I'm going to be using, so I want something I can cut the sticks on because I don't need the whole stick. So we got those. And then you're going to want like some of this mesh tubing or some of these green pipe cleaners. Stay. I also have some ribbon here and some Halloween colors. I've got some purple, black, and orange. You're going to want some kind of a marking pen, a needle, and some embroidery floss or friendship bracelet cording. You're going to want a piece of fabric and a bowl that fits on your fabric, or something else to make a circle, however you want to do it. So this is pretty easy. You're just going to lay your fabric out, put your circle or whatever you're using on it, and then just trace around. And I like to do this on the back of the fabric. So that, you know, it doesn't show. All right. Now I'm going to cut this sucker out. Just following the line that I traced. And I have to go pretty quick because my silly butt used a disappearing ink pen. And it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? If it's not perfect, it's not going to hurt it. All right. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes. Alrighty. So the next thing you're going to do is take a piece of that embroidery string or whatever you're using and just thread it into a needle. And here's the tricky part. No sewing actually required. You're just going to go in and out as close to the edge, about a 1/4 of an inch close to the edge, all the way around. Until you've gone all the way around the circle. So once we get all the way around, I'll be back to show you the next step. All right. So once you've gone all the way around, this is important. Make sure that your threads that you go in and come out on the same side of your fabric, so you don't have like one thread on this side and one thread on this side. You want them to be on the same side, okay? Now for the moment, we're going to put this to the side and we're going to work on the next piece. And the next piece is getting some of this fall foliage ready. So it's pretty easy. All you're doing is basically removing the leaves from the plastic veining that's on here. And it comes off pretty easy. But we do want some of these, so we're just going to kind of remove them from the plastic. We're just going to give them a little secure pull, a little tug, and they will come right off of this. And some of them may have plastic on front and back, so you just have to do both sides. Just do one side and then turn it over and do the other. I find it works best if you start at the furthest point onto the leaf. And pull it from the furthest from the points in. And how you get that off of there is entirely up to you. But you want to clear some of these. Now, if you have a nice size die cut for a leaf, by all means, use that. Whatever you want to do. I like these just because they seem to have a little bit more movement to them. And again, this is just plastic, and it's not really the greatest plastic either. And this is just a fall foliage from the Dollar Tree. It's a lot cheaper than going out and buying a bag of fall foliage that's going to cost me $3 or $4 for like 12 leaves. I get like a dozen and a half on here for $1. So just going to clear some of those. And we're going to put those to the side. Now, we are going to need some filling for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start kind of drawing this up. And we're just using the side that our needle was on, the longer end of the thread. And we're just going to pull it, and just move our fabric around and create kind of a little basket here. Once we have a basket, we are going to fill that with some polyfill. And a lot of this will go into here. So, I'm just going to start putting it in. And when I think I've got it where I want it, I'm just going to pull on my 2 strings. Start tightening this up, pressing that in there. If I think I need more in my pumpkin, I'll add more. So I'm looking for spots that look like I could expand them a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks better there. Put some more right there. When I've got it where I want it, I'm just going to drop on my 2 strings. Yeah, he's cute. Okay, so I'm going to drop on my 2 strings. I'm just going to tie a simple square knot here, okay? Cut this down to a more manageable length. And then I'm going to cut those off. And I have the base of my pumpkin. Now I can go in here and move stuffing around. I can add more stuffing if I need to fill it out, because like right here, it looks kind of square. So I can add a little more stuffing in here if I want to. I just have to put it through the hole and just push, and push it right where I want it to be. There we go. All right. Okay, so now the next part of this is pretty easy. I'm just going to glue with my hot glue. I'm just going to glue some of these leaves on here. So, a little bit of hot glue. And the leaf. If this is bigger than I want it to be, I'll just cut some off. Hot glue. More hot glue. All right, so I have some leaves. Now I need to get rid of some of these little glue strings. Okay, so now I need to give him some vines, and you can either use, you know, your mesh tube, depending upon how big you made your pumpkin, or you can use some of these pipe cleaners. Let me get this one open and we'll get one out of here. They do not make these things easy to open. Okay. So I'm going to grab one of these, and I'm going to grab that pen that I used earlier, and all I'm going to do is just wrap it around. And I have, like, you know, I have a vine. Little hot glue. And I'm going to push this down into the center. And I'm going to take one of these little witch picks, because I just think they're stinking cute. I like the orange one. Pull the stick out. And I'm just going to put some hot glue around this base. I'm going to glue it right there on the top of my pumpkin. I'm just going to hold it till the glue sets up. And there it is. My little Halloween pumpkin. There he is, right there. All right, guys, that's it. That's my easy, quick one. I told you guys it was easy. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me, like me, ring the bell, and share me with all your friends. Till the next time, guys. Bye-bye.